Yo, we back. I have no man. YouTube's tripping, bro. I ain't never had these problems before, and then whatever. Anyway, let's. I don't have much time because that conference call is about to start, but let's keep it going. Yeah, smash the like button. I don't know what happened last stream. Anyway, what I was saying is Joshua is his career is very eerily similar to Kell Brook. It really is. If you boil it down, that's what we were talking about. Joshua's career, the way he's being moved, the way he's been moved, is literally, analogous to Kell Brook's career. Kell Brook fought Sean Porter, and you look at before and after that, he didn't really fight no one for several fights that people wanted to see. And then the Golovkin thing was out of nowhere, a money grab for Eddie Hearn and them. And that was a bad move. But Errol Spence, he had been pressuring, and new media had been pressuring to make that fight happen because it was a good fight. Errol Spence was the guy, the mandatory and fighting, the highest ranked. Errol Spence, he couldn't get Konstantin Ponomarev, who ducked him a couple of times. He couldn't get, guys to fight him, and he was due up for a mandatory. So, we pushed for that. And Kell Brook was making excuses at the time, saying he's Jeff Lacey and nobody knows him. Bro, listen, it is 2020. Anybody still using that nobody knows him, and we all, listen, if anybody is still using that nobody knows him excuse when it's a guy we all know, then you already know what time it is. Because you notice they do that, with fighters, nobody knows them stuff, and we're talking about these fighters. So obviously people do know them, It's not like, if we want to talk about nobody knows him, look at some of these matches DAZN has put on and Eddie Hearn has put on. Who is Joseph Parker fighting? Rondale Winters or whatever. If we're talking about nobody knows them, they're not big, names in the sport, staple fighters, then it would be guys like that. Nobody knows who Tom Schwartz is. Nobody knows Otto Weilin. Nobody knows some of these Eddie Hearn guys, Mark Mamery and shit. Like, who the fuck is that, bro? But they say it to Errol Spence and Andrade and Charlo. Nobody knows them, huh? Okay. But I've been making videos about Charlo and Andrade for several years, and they've been relevant for several years. It's funny. It's funny how that works. But anyway, Joshua has the same career. So, fast forward to the future. Anthony Joshua is now, bro, look what Bob Arum just posted. It is over for old media. You hear me? Huh? Old media looking dusty. Dusted in the motherfucking disgusted. Look. This is Bob Arum, verified account. Busy times in the heavyweight division beyond just next week's mega fight in Vegas, Wilder Fury 2. Talks with Eddie Hearn on Joshua versus Kubrat Pulev match are going well. We should have an announcement coming shortly. Really? Listen, I told you, bro, I must be the greatest. I must be the greatest. I'm too fast. I'm too pretty. I must be the greatest with this boxing talk. Once again, that's Bob Arum saying what we all expected, and I've been saying it for a minute. Joshua versus Pulev. But my thing is this. How come Sky Sports, UK Media, Anthony Joshua, Eddie Hearn refused to... I ain't heard one Joshua headliner about fucking Pulev. What's popping? This is what I'm talking about. You trying to turn the game into one big clout chase. You are trying to turn the game into an entire clout chase. All I keep hearing is Wilder Fury predictions from Joshua. Wilder can't keep Fury down. Fury's going to beat Wilder. It'd be nice to have Wilder win. because that's what the fans want. But I want to have a British fight. We need to bring Fury to Saudi Arabia. All of the headlines are not about the actual factual. Wilder has his own business. Good luck to him. He got to fight Fury again. Good luck to Fury, bro. All of the topics that you hear from Eddie Hearn and Joshua are about a bunch of make-believe, like mumbo jumbo that is not happening. So Bob Arum, he's Pulev's promoter. Bam. Oh my gosh. Smash the like button. Talks with Eddie Hearn on the Anthony Joshua versus Kubrat Pulev match are going along well. Should have an announcement coming soon. Once again, listen, I get it. Sometimes there are going to be times where the fighter has to talk about X, Y, and Z. But imagine, like, you notice the UFC, why aren't they doing this? When John Jones was about to fight Dominic Reyes, he's not talking about Adesanya nonstop. You see what I'm saying? He knows he has to focus on Dominic Reyes, and he has a good-sized fight right there and a dangerous fight right there. He don't have to keep talking about Daniel Cormier and Adesanya. But in boxing, they trying to turn this into some big clout chase. We not having that, bro. Andy Ruiz keeps saying, I got my opponent, announcement coming soon. Announcement coming soon. It's not Dillian White. But Dillian White keep talking about Andy Ruiz and showing up in his comment section. Bro, the UK got to come correct. This look crazy. It looks sad. It looks pitiful. And it looks crazy. We are not hearing about the realities of what people are making. Rather, we're hearing about fights they wanted to make or offers they tried to say. Bro, it's that don't bother y'all? Like, as boxing fans, that don't bother you? You guys like this? You guys like this shit? That, honestly, that's a real question to y'all. That don't bother you when we're not getting none of what they're talking about? And we just supposed to keep talking about this shit over and over? Like, Joshua could just keep talking about Wilder if he fights him, and I want to fight Fury in Saudi Arabia. But fuck all that. They got to fight next week. What are we talking about? Saudi Arabia and all this shit, bro. You're not even in the picture for real. You are not in the picture. And you talking about, oh, we want to bring Fury to Saudi Arabia. What if the ambulance bring Fury out on a gurney? Then you going to put him in Saudi Arabia? Bro, you don't even know what's going to happen next week. Bro, I can't rock with that. You literally do not know what's going to happen next week. You know, we can all predict, but we got to watch it. Because if we all knew 100%, then why would anyone watch the fight? But we're going to all watch it. So, bro, it doesn't do anything. That's what boxing, especially on DAZN, bro. I've noticed it the most with DAZN, for sure. Ryan Garcia, it's his fight week. It's kind of quiet. Let's talk about Gervonta Davis. Oscar keep talking about Gervonta. Bro, you fighting Gervonta's leftovers. Fonseca. That's not me poking fun. That's the reality. You're fighting a guy Tank beat on the Mayweather-McGregor card. We might get a Mayweather-McGregor 2 or a Pacquiao-McGregor. So that shows you there's been some time in between the fights. You about to fight someone that Tank literally fought on the McGregor card a couple years ago. I went there. I was there in Vegas, credentialed for that fight. Conor let me sip from his cup at that fight. Y'all seen it? I don't know what you're thinking. I got a proper 12 whiskey. You know, he got the whiskey before it even hit the shelves. I tried it. Your boy tried it, bro. I stay set in history. So, anyway, hey, Ryan Garcia is fighting. Let's talk about Tank. Bro, what are we talking about Tank for? Why are we talking about Tank and he not fighting Tank? Bro, and the other thing is, it's disrespectful. You're either disrespecting the opponent or you're disrespecting the fans. Here's how. You're disrespecting the fans by, if this matchup is so weak and pitiful that you're looking past them because you know what it's going to be, then why'd you even make the fight? Or you're disrespecting the opponent because you're looking past them and that person is a credible guy. So you can't have your cake and eat it too. Either this dude is trash, whoever you're fighting, henceforth why you want to keep talking about other people, or the guy is really good and you're disrespecting him by overlooking him and acting like he don't have a chance. So either way, to me, one way or another, you're disrespecting the sport. You're disrespecting the sport because, either the fight shouldn't be happening because the guy is not on the other guy's level, or you're disrespecting the guy's skill set and overlooking him when you shouldn't be. You see? There's no in the middle of that. So promoters got to start standing on their own too. Whatever you want to make and whatever you decide to make under your banner, fine, so be it. Promote it. But stop, they could do whatever they want. But for me, I feel like stop trying to coattail people. It's irritating. Wilder's fighting Fury. I don't care about Fury and AJ in Saudi Arabia when Bob Arum's fucking tweeting that, hey, negotiations for Pulev they're going swell. Like, bro, look, you want me to talk about AJ in Saudi Arabia with Fury, and he might get knocked the fuck out. He might have a trilogy with Wilder and Arum talking about Pulev. Talk about Pulev. Talk about Danny. You see? You see what I'm saying? They only here to cause confusion. I am the prodigal son. Ego Veli. Y'all could have that. I'm not really worried about that. That's why I said my pledge was this. I'm not really making, I made one Devin Haney and Andre and Adrian Broner video. So, I'm a hustler, so I'm gonna get my views on this shit and talk about it. But I don't want to overly stress it unless you start making some headway towards these fights. You feel me? Like, if Devin Haney is really finna fight Broner, then we could talk. Then I'll make more videos about it. But it's like, I got one voice, bro. Like Ariel from The Little Mermaid and shit. I got one voice. You ain't finna Ursula me and have me talking about a bunch of dumb shit. I get paid to talk, bro. Y'all see the super chat like yesterday? Oh my God, my dude Brent Wary with the heavy $100. Like, I get paid for this shit. I get paid to talk. You gotta pay me. I'm not here because if that's the case, then I want to talk about my homie Caleb Plant. You know what I'm saying? Boxing ain't finna run me. I run boxing. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna have me not get to talk about Lorenzo Truck Simpson and these other dudes that I'm checking for and want to see in the David Benavidez because I'm sitting up here talking about some cheese-made gossip bullshit. Man, come on, bro. Yeah, shout out to my homie Caleb Plant. Make sure y'all watch this fight. Yeah, we putting in work, bro. So Devin Haney and Broner, great. Make it happen. If not, if there ain't no indication it's going to happen, we don't need to just keep talking about it, at least over here. You know what I mean? Joshua keep talking about, oh, yeah, I want to fight Tyson. And in the UK, he wants Saudi. Bro, motherfucking Wilder might bomb on what's the name next week. It ain't that. What's the point of talking about Fury in Saudi Arabia with you, and we don't even know what the fuck Wilder finna do to the boy? It's clout chasing, and I'm pretty sure Joshua and anyone with the brain knows that. And it's sad. It's really sad because Joshua was in this position. Joshua is in the position where he could have easily made this fight. Joshua is Dennis Quaid in Any Given Sunday. You went from starting quarterback to Willie Beeman is in there and he replaced you, and you on the sidelines mad. That's exactly what it is. Wilder is Willie Beeman. He made up his own play, did it his way. Now he's starting, and you on the sidelines. My name is Willie Beeman, who got the lady, got him screaming, and on my fan, I got him dreaming. You can defeat me, your dream, bro. Wilder Willie Beeman you. Now nobody even talking about Joshua like that, if you really think about it. And I think that's partly because it's because of his last year. He's just not, it's not hot news right now. He's just not. Ruiz beat him bad. Michael Jackson bad. And then he won the second fight, but it wasn't stellar. It wasn't, he just did bare bones minimum. Stayed away, played keep away. Just like he did with that belt, played keep away from Wilder. And then now he coming, I want to be undisputed. If I fight Wilder, it's all like hyperbole and what if scenarios. Bro, it didn't have to be a what if scenario. Joshua and Eddie Hearn, they could have fought. Okay, listen, this is Death Row East. Believe in that. I told y'all. This is how you know New Media won. Do y'all want to know? If y'all want to know how I know New Media won, can I get a hell yeah in the comment section? I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you how I know we won for a fact. I'm going to show you how I know. Can I get a hell yeah? Ain't nobody talking about no Pulev and AJ like that. Bro, that's an ESPN Friday Night Fights back in the old day when ESPN had them fights. Bro, that's literally a fight that was supposed to happen a couple years ago. And Pulev pulled out. Now you think, with Daniel Dubois fighting Joe Joyce and Wilder fighting Fury 2, you think people are worried about Pulev? Joshua lost the sauce, bro. He's not what he was. Bro, this is how I know we won. Because everything we said still stands up to this day. To this day. For example, remember, this is how you know when motherfuckers have to back off the blocks and they can no longer stand on 10 toes, that means they got back down. You got back down like 50 Cent. Bro, we jaw ruled old media. You are not going to talk about Jeffrey Atkins. Jeffrey is my boo, and I will Ginsu and slice your ass up, bro. We jaw ruled old media. Remember, New Media was arguing the standpoint of Wilder's the longest reigning champion. He's exciting. You gotta, the flat fee is some bullshit. The flat fee, 12.5 million flat, no pay-per-view, just the flat fee. I told you it was bullshit, right? I said give him something fair. Joshua could be the A side, but you could give him something, a fair percentage. They're like, no, never. I'll never give him 50-50. Eddie Hearn is quoted as saying, Wilder getting 50-50 over my dead body. Fast forward to the future, he just said, oh yeah, the winner of Wilder Fury, we have to give him 50-50. That's how you know we won. Because why? Yeah, okay, if you were willing to cower down and give him 50-50, then why didn't you do it in 2018? We would have had a fight. Because we still almost had a fight off of the flat fee bullshit before Wilder really knew his value. Shout out to Jonathan Guy, $2 super chat. Salute boxing #Army. Proof in the pudding, bro. They were saying he deserved only a flat fee, and they know the numbers. Wilder deserves 12.5 million. How come DAZN a year later offered him a 3-fight deal, and each fight was worth more than that? They said he could fight Dominic Brazil for 20 million, and then fight presumably 2 Joshua fights for 40 million apiece. So obviously Eddie's numbers weren't good. If you're willing to give him 50-50 now, then why didn't you just do that in 2018, and then there wouldn't have been no issue? Man, it's looking sad. It's looking sad for old media. We came in, pillaged the village. We torched these boys. So that's how I know we won, because all that dumb shit, they were saying Wilder deserves 10%, Joshua gets 90%. Unrealistic bullshit. They're saying he'll never get 50-50. He's not worth it. Now the tables have turned. Ain't nobody even talking about Joshua like that. Wilder has the biggest fight. It's being promoted on the Super Bowl. We ain't seen this. I don't even remember a Floyd fight that was promoted on the Super Bowl. It's being promoted at gas stations. There's billboards. It's being promoted on Fox. It's being promoted on ESPN. They have shows with like Fury and Andre Ward, build up shoulder programming. They have one with Wilder, And now all of a sudden, guess what? Old media, they're having to change. Eddie Hearn's having a change of heart, like the game show. Now all of a sudden they have to start saying stuff differently and being more reasonable. That's how you know we won. And then now Joshua feels the need and compelled to talk about Wilder incessantly when he's booked up, when Fury's booked up. Why are we talking about Fury in Saudi Arabia if you know he's fighting next week? And Joshua, the way he's going about it is making him look bad. In my opinion, he's trying to pressure Wilder, hoping, like you see in the title, he hopes Wilder loses to Fury. That's what he's telling. He's trying to put pressure on it, and he's hoping and praying with his heart and his hands crossed that Fury wins, because he probably feels and likes his chances with Fury better. Because if he fights Wilder, he's not going to stand up to that power, period. Fury, you guys both box, but Joshua boxes with more pressure or more power and maybe even more aggressive, depending on which Joshua you're getting, the last fight Joshua or career-wise. But with Wilder, he fears Wilder. That's just what it is. He didn't want to let him in the ring. He had added security. He only mentions Wilder when it's too late, when he's already booked up or he has a fight with Ruiz. He did this with the Ruiz fight in June last year. He said, meet with me. He on First Take talking about meet with me, and you fighting on Saturday. So on Monday, you on First Take talking about meet with me, and you couldn't even get past Ruiz. That's why you don't do stuff like that, because you tied up, and it doesn't make sense. How's he going to meet with you, and then you meet with the canvas 4 times and then lose? See how dumb that sounded? Joshua said on First Take on a Monday, meet with me, Wilder. Yeah, I'm done talking. I'm through talking. And then you lose on Saturday. So you can't even keep your belts from Monday to Monday, and you talking about meet with me. That's why you don't do that when you booked up. Motherfucker, meet with me. Bro, you can't even make it to next Monday with your belts. So how are you supposed to meet with you and you just lost and have a rematch clause you have to impose to try to get your belts back? Game, blouses. Listen, I'm about to do the Tyson Fury media call. I'm ending this stream, and I'm going to start a fresh one because I want, the content separated. If you want to be on that call with your boy Ego, Boxing Ego, I told you, we take it over 2020, bro. It's a wrap. I told you, like, the vision 2020. That Kobe Bryant shit, shout out to, not shout out to, but rest in peace to Kobe Bryant and Gigi. Bro, this got me operating on a whole different level. I'm surgical with this bitch, Jake. Bro, we getting surgical. The Mamba mentality. So if you want to be on that call, I'm doing it right now. I'm about to start another live stream. We have to see what Tyson Fury, there's only one, has to say for himself. Fight next week, February 22nd. Be there or be square. I'm about to start it right now. So I'm about to call in.